Hello and welcome to Prudent IAS, one-stop solution for all the competitive exams. Today our topic will be from General Studies Paper 3 Science and Tech section. The approach for the video will be the same like all our previous videos. We'll choose one topic, do some discussion over the topic, then phrase a model question and give you a model answer as per the UPSC standards, where I'll be telling you the do's and don'ts of answer writing. Most of you must be aware which question we are going to answer today, but all of you who are unaware, please join our group Answer Writing by Prudent IAS on Telegram. There we send all these questions in a day advance. So how it helps you? You can access others' answers, you can access the evaluated copies, you can even send us your answers and we evaluate one answer daily at no cost. So without wasting time, let's begin with the topic. The topic for the day is nanotechnology, manipulating matter at the nanoscale. What exactly is nanotechnology? It is the science and engineering of manipulating the matter at the nanoscale, that is 1 to 100 nanometers. That's 1 billionth of a meter. Imagine, that's 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer, which can be written as 10 to the power minus 9 meter to 10 to the power minus 7 meter. This is the nanoscale at which we are talking. A paper sheet, often a paper sheet seems very thin to us, but it is 1 lakh nanometers thick. This science allows precise designs at the atomic scales. So the most important segment under this topic will be the applications and the challenges from where a question might come in the UPSC mains, and accordingly we'll be discussing the topic. But first up, let's discuss the origins of nanotechnology. So the concept was introduced by the physicist Richard Feynman in his 1959 talk. There's plenty of room at the bottom. But Eric Drexler popularized the term and the concept of molecular nanotechnology in the 1980s. So this is about the origin of the concept. Now why it matters? Because at nanoscale the materials exhibit unique physical, chemical as well as biological properties, enabling new functionalities which are impossible at the larger scales. For example, if you will take one glass and you will break it into nanoparticles, then the properties of the glass as whole and the nanoparticles at the nano level, it will be different, and that properties can be used in various segments. So quickly jumping to the main segment, that is the applications of nanotechnology. First up, we'll talk about the medicine. We are giving you content as per the answer so that you can directly use this content in the answer. First is the concept of targeted drug delivery. Now the nano carriers like the liposomes transport the drugs directly to diseased cells, reducing the side effects and improving the efficacy. For example, while treating cancer, what happens? These nanoparticles through the targeted drug delivery, they'll directly hit the cancer cells and not damage or give side effects to the other cells. For example, the nano formulations of chemotherapy drugs improve the treatment for cancer patients. This is already in use. Then in diagnostic, nano biosensors can detect the disease at an early stage through biomarkers in blood or urine. Very important. Now, example, see, under this topic, the most important part is, of course, number of dimensions. You must have a good hold on the number of dimensions and examples. Now, rapid COVID-19 diagnostic kits were using the gold nanoparticles and they were detecting the diseases at the early stages. Another example of this is the concept of nano nose, if you have heard about it. Now this nano nose is going to analyze your breathing pattern, and just by analyzing the breathing pattern, it can predict whether you have cancer cells or not. Then next up is the regenerative medicines. Now nanomaterials used in the tissue engineering and wound healing to promote faster recovery and tissue regeneration. Now bandages, nano bandages are of using the nanoparticles. They are already in the market. They are used to heal the wounds quickly for faster recovery. Vaccines, Nanoparticles function as vaccine carrier to enhance the immune response as seen in the mRNA vaccines during the COVID-19. So this is the varied impact and applications of the nanotechnology in medicine. Now we'll understand the application in agriculture. Nano fertilizers and pesticides. They enable controlled release formulations which will reduce the chemical runoff and improve the nutrient efficiency of the crops. Example, the nanoparticle based zinc fertilizers will enhance the crop yields. Now nanotechnology is truly the future. So it's anyways important for you to understand. Nanosensors, now real-time soil and crop health monitoring for precision farming. It will tell about the optimal health of the soil. Post-harvest management as well. Nanomaterials can be used for packaging to extend the shelf life. These are all the dimensions under agriculture. Most important, the fertilizer, pesticide, then the nanosensors and the post-harvest management. Environmental applications of nanotechnology. First up is the water purification. Very important because nanofilters remove heavy metals, pathogens, chemical pollutants from the water sources. For example, graphene oxide. Now, you must know about these examples. You will have to learn these. Just jot it down somewhere, note it down and learn these and quote these examples while writing the answers. So the graphene oxide membranes providing efficient desalination solution. So salination is a very huge problem and this graphene oxide membrane can resolve that. Next up is the air quality monitoring. Advanced nanosensors can detect the particulate matter and toxic gases with high precision. It will enable the real-time environmental monitoring in urban as well as the industrial settings. Energy applications. So see, this concept apart from nanotechnology can be written in as an example, as a solution in the pollution topic. So just develop the interlinkages and where all these can be used. Energy applications. Now nanomaterials significantly improve the solar cell efficiency. Now the nano enhanced batteries and super capacitors provide superior energy storage capabilities. So we have already achieved significant efficiency in the solar sector. How? From 14 to above 50%. Such is the impact of the nanotechnology. Industry and defense. Another important sector. Material science. Now carbon nanotubes and graphene used to create strong lightweight materials for aerospace and automotive sectors. Now, what you will have to learn about the graphene. In electronics, it is widely used in the electronics. Nanoelectronics enable smaller, faster semiconductors and memory devices. Now, under the semiconductor, separate topic as well, because we depend on imports. So, in nanotechnology can help that as well. Defense applications. Now, nano coatings for stealth technology and corrosion resistance to protect them. Nanosensors for battlefield surveillance and monitoring. I hope the topic is clear because see the points are very simple but the points are varied. There are a number of points. So here what's important is to have a hold of a number of points so that you can write as many dimensions as possible in the answer along with the examples. And from where can you get the examples? Talking about the sources, from the newspapers. Every day if you come across any new innovation or any new discovery about the nanotechnology, then just write it down in the notes where you are writing about the nanotechnology and use it in the answers. India's nanotechnology initiatives. First up is the National Nanotechnology Mission, which was launched in 2007 by the Department of Science and Tech with the objectives including R&D, funding, infra development, skill building and commercialization. See, there's one very easy way of understanding all these missions. First, just note down the year, the department, and the objectives if related to these technologies will include R&D, funding, infra development, skill building. These are usually common for all. So just jot down what are the common. If you have no idea about the mission, then too you can opt for the right answer by doing just a careful study. So R&D, fund, infrastructure, skill development and commercialization. These 4-5 can be used anywhere. Key research institutes, CSIRs, National Physical Laboratory, IITs at Bombay, Delhi, Madras, IISCs, they lead the nanotechnology research and development. Okay, so the mission, then some institutes. Now the applications, COVID-19 diagnostic kits are already mentioned. They were developed by CSIR labs, and nano-enabled water purification devices are already deployed in the rural, and they demonstrate the practical applications. So under the Indian initiatives, we are quoting the recent examples as well. Industry and startups. Now Indian startups are actively innovating in nano coating, sensor, nanomedicine, driving commercial applications. Once you will have a good understanding of the application, then it will be very easy for you to write about all the initiatives taken by India, because whatever we have read, whatever applications and example, these are all the initiatives under the startup sector, recent applications, etc. Now international collaborations, another very important factor while suggesting the initiatives. The partnerships with countries like Japan, USA, Germany foster research and exchange and accelerate the technological advancements. What are the challenges and ethical concerns? We are trying to cover up the topic holistically, so you have at least something to write if the question pops up in the exam. First is the health risk. Every coin has two sides, and same is with the technology. So the toxicity of some nanoparticles remains poorly understood, and there is potential for respiratory as well as cellular damage. Because there is less R&D, and we need to develop more R&D to understand how to reduce this toxicity. Environmental impact, unregulated release could harm the ecosystems. So this might also be checked. Now while addressing what we can have a check and balance mechanism, some regulations. So accordingly, when you will write about the challenges, then keep in mind that okay, for these challenges there can be some possible solutions as well. Regulation and standard, as already mentioned. Now India lacks the comprehensive nanotech specific regulatory frameworks. So this is the challenge. Now what will be the solution? Of course, bringing in some regulations. Cost and accessibility, high R&D and production cost can limit the widespread. See, even though we have some technologies, some examples, but for common people, it is still not economically feasible to avail all these target drug delivery, pest control, etc. So making it more affordable will be the solution for cost and accessibility. Again, the equity issues, risk of widening digital and technological divide. So first up, we need to bridge up the persisting problems already. That is the digital divide, rural-urban inequities, infrastructure problem which is already prevailing. Then we'll have to develop such technologies. Otherwise, what will happen? The divide will increase. The urban will have access to all these technologies, but the rural section, the poor people will remain behind. What are the future prospects and policy relevance? Now, as per the challenges, integration with AI and biotech. Now, smart nano devices for personalized medicine with integrated AI capabilities. We can of course use AI in the nanotech. Then sustainable development goal. Nanotech can also contribute to clean water, which is our goal 6, affordable energy, goal 7, and good health. Now, another important point to note here, if you have a good hold on sustainable development goals, now wherever possible, just mention these. If something is fulfilling a goal, write it down. Sustainable development 3, good health. At least the major like health, poverty, energy, education, water, etc. Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat can be written in various topics, encouraging indigenous nanotech innovation to reduce the dependence on imports. Again, we don't want a technology for which we'll have to depend on the foreign tech. Global competitiveness. Strategic investments in nanotech is essential for role in the emerging technology landscape. So we are addressing the R&D, we are addressing the funding, the indigenous technologies, and these all are the future prospects for nanotech. What are the relevant examples? Now, how you are going to understand what examples in current affairs you need to note. So I have given some examples. For example, the vaccine MAT3. This was an initiative where use of nanotech in mRNA vaccines during the COVID-19. So if you are reading this under government scheme, government initiatives, just link it with the science and tech paper as well. Water purification, deployment of nano-enabled filters in tribal regions for safe drinking water. This was a current affair news which can be used as an example. Defense research में DRDO's development of nano coatings for stealth technologies and durability. Another example that can be used. Climate initiatives, India is leading the International Solar Alliance, leveraging the nano-based solar technologies. This is very important. It can be used in multiple answers, while India's energy, if energy is asked, then too, because solar energy is a clean energy, in nanotech, etc., how nanotech is helping making solar alliances very efficient. We have already discussed the efficiency is increased from 14 to above 50% because of the use of nanoparticles in the solar panels. The major segment of our question is always the model question, so just start with that. Nanotechnology holds the key to sustainable development in the 21st century. Discuss its potential as well as the challenges in the Indian context. It is a 15-mark 250-word question. So mostly a question might pop up where a statement is given, and after that either a full-fledged question is asked or just a directive word. For example, dot karke discuss or evaluate or critically analyze. Now it is very important for you to have a good hold on all these directives. If you will have a good hold on the meanings, that where you have to write the similarities, dissimilarities, where you have to write only dissimilarities. For that we have made the directive word video. If you have not watched that, just go back and watch it once. It is definitely going to help you. Right now I want you guys to just pause this video, write an answer yourself, then you can send us your answers in the Telegram group, or when I'll be discussing the answers in the upcoming slide, just play the video again and do some self-evaluation. It will take hardly 12 to 13 minutes, and please make a check on the time as well. Do not take more than 13 minutes at the beginning. So model answer, we'll start directly with the introduction. We'll follow the intro body conclusion approach. I have mentioned a number of parameters throughout all the video lectures. I won't repeat them. So introduction is nanotechnology operating at the 1 to 100 nanometer scale. We are defining, giving some facts. It alters the material behavior fundamentally. So this is why it is helping us. With over 200 nano products developed since India's 2007 mission, it supports the sustainable development goals by enabling innovations in healthcare, energy, agriculture, environment and environment management. So introduction is giving insights first. Second, it is concise, not breaching the word limit. The word limit for 15 mark for introduction is 30 to 35 words at max. We are giving as many facts possible related to, for example, we can even mention some sustainable development points, then the scale, and we have already mentioned the products, above 200 products are declared, and about the India's 2007 mission. Now coming to the body of the answer, we'll use heading and subheading format. You can use flowcharts, you can use any structure, just make sure the points are precise, neat, well presented, no congestion, no cutting. Use alphanumeric digits, that is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 instead of bullets for a better picture of the write-up. Now healthcare, we have already discussed these points. Just focus on the structure and focus on how. When we were discussing, it was a detailed discussion. But now because we have a word limit criteria, we need to write all these points very precisely in the answer. Third thing which you need to note down, the use of terminology, which terms we are using, which are the specific words. For example, under healthcare, targeted drug delivery, you will have to mention this. It minimizes the side effects, improves treatment efficacy for diseases like cancer and TB. Again, the use of examples is very important to get good marks. In diagnostics, gold nanoparticles based COVID test kits, already discussed, it was developed by CSIR. So we are explaining the points, we are giving some facts as well. Vaccine delivery, nanolipid carriers in the mRNA vaccines which were used globally during the COVID-19. Now, to shorten up the sentence, we have written this in bracket. Next up, environment and energy. Today, I'll be giving you more parameters. Now, what you can do is you can choose up to 3 to 4 dimension under each for the potential of nanotech. So first just give this heading, potential of nanotechnology, then start with the subheadings and give at least 3 to 4 points. I would suggest at least 4 points. Environment and energy, water purification, solar energy and the air pollution monitoring. We have already discussed all these points. I won't waste time, but just have a look at it. Real-time nanosensors track the PM 2.5 and the nitrogen in the smart cities. Nano silver, carbon nanotube filters in the rural areas for arsenic and fluoride removal. Next is the agriculture, nano fertilizer, sensor, storage and packaging. So the post-harvest, till post-harvest, we have covered all the 3 dimensions. In industry and defense, whatever we have studied, just we are going to write the material engineering, defense and R&D. Now, one thing which you can do while handwriting this answer, just underline the keywords. For example, in this point, what you will underline? In material engineering, you will underline graphene, carbon nanotubes, enhance the durability and conductibility. Now, DRDO develops nanotech for stealth coatings and lightweight armor. Usually, students just underline like this. Now, and is not a keyword. So just underline the keywords. So we have given 4 dimensions under the potential of the nanotech. Now we'll address the second dimension, which is the challenges of nanotechnology in India. Give a major heading as for the potential. Then we'll start with the subheading and points. Now, here I have used bullets because I want you guys to decide that was previous structure better, ABC and 1, 2, 3, or this one, 1, 2, 3 and just the points. You can decide it yourself, but I believe the previous one was the better one. So scientific and health risk, nanoparticles may cause the unknown long-term toxicity in humans. Lab safety standards for handling are very inadequate. Environmental concerns. So just note down all the parameters. First is the health risk. Second is the environment, where it can harm the soil microbes and the aquatic ecosystems. No proper waste disposal. No proper waste disposal system. Very important. Regulatory and legal gaps. We have already discussed that we need a framework, legal framework, dedicated legal framework. Weak patent enforcement. Economic and infrastructure constraints. So whatever challenges were there, we are giving this all the challenges right here as well. High R&D cost, poor industry academia linkage, which delay the commercial applications. Now we have covered 4 dimensions. I'll give a couple more. Out of these 6, just choose 3 to 4 dimensions so that the word limit is not breached, because this is a model answer. So I'm telling you all the points. Now, social and ethical challenges, educational and human research. See, it is not possible for all the students to have a good memory of all these dimensions, but if you will read about 6, then at least you will write 3 in the exam, 3 under the potential and 3 under the challenges. So that will fulfill the word limit criteria. Now what does fulfill the word limit criteria means? While evaluating the copies, we give 2 comments. First is bring brevity in your answer to avoid breaching word limit. I know these are very trivial things, but trust me, students are still committing mistakes on these points. And second is fulfill the word limit. If you are getting your test evaluated from any institute and getting these comments, and what does this mean? Bring brevity, that means bring shortness, that is concise your points, to avoid breaching the word limit. That means if the word limit is 250, then you have written more than 250 words. Therefore, avoid breaching the word limit. So here you need to concise the answer. When we write fulfill the word limit criteria, then what does it mean? If the question is saying that you need to write 250 words, then you can write 230, 240 words. That's totally fine. But if you are writing only suppose 180 words, then that's too short of the required word limit. So make sure that you are fulfilling the word limit criteria but not breaching it. Now the conclusion, do not skip the conclusion no matter how much space you have already taken the word limit. At least leave some for conclusion. Nanotechnology offers transformative solutions for sustainable development. With focused investment, regulations, accessibility, India can harness its full potential while ensuring safety, inclusivity, global leadership in this cutting edge domain. Now, first, how positive this is, because yes, it offers the transformative solutions for sustainable development. Then we have the problems, but for the problem we have not mentioned the problems, but a balanced approach that we need all these pointers and then we can harness its full potential and ensure the safety, inclusivity as well as the global leadership in the cutting edge technology. Balanced, positive and concise conclusion. This is how you are supposed to write the conclusions. You can note it down, you can rephrase it, but try writing it at least in these ways. I have not used any jargons or difficult complex language. The language is very simple, but it is summing up the answer. Do not add any new points in the conclusion. Often students give examples at the end of conclusion. No, examples are supposed to be written in the body, not the conclusion. So that's it for today. I hope you have understood the topic in some detail and the applications are clear to you all. Just subscribe our channel Prudent IAS and join our Telegram group Answer Writing by Prudent IAS. We'll be back with another video super soon. Thanks for watching.